Prime Minister Modi is at 49, Rahul Gandhi at 22. Even if Rahul doubles from 22 to 44, he's still 5 short of Modi. But, and there is an important but, the important but is that Rahul Gandhi is up 11% from the last MOTN tracker. That's doubling. It's a 100% increase in less than half a year. On the other side, Prime Minister Modi has come down from 59 to from 55 to 49. That's down 6. So remember, politics is also about momentum, and the momentum at this moment seems to be with this man. But when there is momentum, you know, momentum can be like this, momentum can be like this, momentum can after a while plateau out. So we don't know what kind of momentum, but at this moment, Prime Minister Modi's graph has gone down 6%, Rahul's graph is up 100% from the last poll. And Rajat Sethi, that's really the question. How much momentum is there on the Rahul bandwagon, and if there is a dip, is it just a marginal dip and the gap still remains massive, or does the gap start coming down in the next few trackers? That's what Indian politics rides on at the moment.
So Rahul, the last 6 months and the tectonic shifts that are happening in the last 6 months, one thing is clear is that the emergence of India Alliance has diminished the regional players to a considerable extent, giving Rahul sort of a head start. Rahul Gandhi to get a head start in terms of having an Betaj Badshah of the India Alliance. Now the problem is reaching from this 22, breaking that threshold of 30-35% and going head to head with Prime Minister Modi. That is where the real trouble for Rahul Gandhi comes, because ultimately you can be the undisputed leader of the India Alliance, but that doesn't cut the ice that much, because what he needs to do from here onwards is start looking much more of an authentic leader. Authenticity comes with tangible proofs and evidences that what you espouse as a policy measure you can actually deliver. You just have 2 big states with you, Telangana and Karnataka. In these 2 states, what does your core politics of caste census, your core politics of khatakat, you want to do money distribution, how does that hold on to these 2 states, and bunch of other things, social justice, fighting for the poor, and all of those things, mohabbat ki dukaan, is it working in these 2 states or not?
Sheela, but how is the BJP looking at
this needs to be translated into action.
Gandhi? Are they alarmed by it in your view? Do you think of it as not having enough momentum to be able to actually rock the Modi bandwagon, because the gap is still massive?
Right. I think BJP is normally a confident party, so they don't, I think they are not taking him seriously even now, but because their actions doesn't show that. But my own understanding of both situation from both sides is that Rahul's rise is inevitable. What Yashwant's figures show is majorly because he accepted, very surprisingly for a Congress people and for BJP also, the position of leader of opposition. In India, when DSP becomes SP also, uska bhav बढ़ जाता है. So leader of opposition, people think, oh, the biggest, and then he sits on the front seat in parliament. That has given you this.
No, so it is
let me contrast it. You see, Rahul, you should contrast this with August 2019. In August 2019, Mood of the Nation showed Mr. Modi's popularity approval rating was 71%.
Let me show that.
50% of the respondents said Congress is in terminal decline. So contrast 2019 on the back of the BJP getting this big victory with what has happened 5 years later. That is the difference.
I'll have the data
Sheela
on a
is absolutely
timeline.
right. You see, in 2019, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary becomes leader of Lok Sabha. You could not even have a leader of opposition. You didn't have the numbers. Now Rahul Gandhi every day is up there. NEET issue, Agniveer issue. He's the one doing all the talking. Naturally, people are going to look at him as their leader.
Rahul had traction way before he became leader of opposition. I completely disagree with that.
No, but it goes
Rahul
on.
Gandhi had
It goes
traction
on.
way before.
I kind of agree with you.
All through the election, you could be in the heartland of Uttar Pradesh and people would have picked Rahul Gandhi over anyone as the top contender.
You're right, but I'm just contrasting. Okay, look at January. January is your last Mood of the Nation. Look at Rahul Gandhi's increase. What has changed between now and January? One, an election where the Congress, which was written off, has done better. And number 2, Rahul Gandhi has become the leader of the opposition.
He's just been consistent, Rajdeep. We have seen him go back. For the first time, he's won Rai Bareli. He's gone back 5 times already.
Sure, but
he has just been very consistent.
Yeah. No,
and
so
it's come
also
from
what
the fact
happens...
that he's tasted success.
No,
so all his ideas of the caste census have found traction. Agniveer have found traction. You and I both know that he was wary of fighting Rai Bareli, but he went in and and fought it. And after that, he's tasted blood now.
My limited point is that if Mallikarjun Kharge was the leader of the opposition, I don't think you would have seen the kind of numbers that you're seeing. Rahul Gandhi becoming leader of the opposition naturally becomes
to it.
a magnet that attracts people towards it.
I mean, to add to all this, I still maintain that thing that his fortune swung only and only because of Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Yes.
If he wouldn't have gone on Bharat Jodo Yatra, these numbers would not have been.
No, 1 minute. Bharat Jodo Yatra happens in 22. There's a bump up. But it is not as dramatic as it is
so
now.
Can I show that?
No,
one second. If you go on a time graph and actually look at a few polls, the picture becomes quite apparent because frankly, Rahul Gandhi, the politician, was dead and gone. According to the Mood of the Nation tracker, just look at how low his popularity had come. In August 2020, he was at 8%. August 2022 at 9%. So from there, just imagine, from 8, he's almost tripled that. He's actually gone up virtually 300% from the low base of August 2022, from August 20. Prime Minister Modi, on the other hand, was 66% after the Lok Sabha elections of 2019. And from there, he's now come down to 49%. So the fact that this is a rise, Sheela Bhatt, is not in question. The fact also is that there is a bit of a dip over here. The question is, will this dip get reversed, hold steady? Will it go further? That again we don't know at this moment. That's why all these assembly elections become so important.
Rahul, we are reporting politics for donkey's years. I am saying that Rahul Gandhi today is like a Murad of gully boy. Apna time aayega, uska time aa gaya hai.
Aa gaya hai?
Haan, aa gaya hai. And it has to come because it's not a big surprise because we knew he is quite similar, not in his strategy, but his time, like Modi of 2010, 11, 12, 13. So that trajectory he is on. But just a minute, there is a contrast to that. BJP's actions and inactions, what they have done good and bad, Rahul is reflecting that also.
Sure.
What BJP did not do and BJP did. Like if you raid people so randomly and so much first of his kind raid Raj comes, then other side is
but the truth is that he's as per your graph. As per the graph. Sure, but as per the graph, ma'am, just a minute. As per the graph, Rahul Gandhi, August 22, 2 years ago, is 9%. Rahul Gandhi embarks on Bharat Jodo Yatra, September. The next poll shows him, I think, at 16%, which is in January. You then are at 16%. Then he comes down a bit to 14% next year. Remember, in 2023, he comes down to 14%. He had a up and down roller coaster year in 2023. He stepped out of parliament. He took advantage of it. I think the BJP made the mistake also, thinking that the moment we put all the focus on Rahul Gandhi, that's the way in which we will make this election Modi versus Rahul. By virtually forcing him out of parliament, by effectively constantly attacking him, Pappu, there comes a time when people say enough is enough.
Do you agree with that, Rajat Sethi, that some of this overdoing the agency attacks, overdoing the attacks on his personality seems to have created some sympathy for the man?
See, I always believe that the Indian public is the ultimate justice provider. They look at the pendulum, the way it is swinging. And if the pendulum swings too much to the injustice side, they would want to course correct it. And this happens repeatedly. It happens so clearly and starkly in state elections. We've seen how Chandrababu Naidu rose up only and only because he was arrested at the wrong time. Similarly, maybe in Jharkhand, we'll see what Hemant Soren and what happens to that. Similarly, in Rahul Gandhi, when the court gave a pronouncement and disqualified him as a sitting member of Lok Sabha, unnecessary. You get on to the wrong side of the justice equilibrium and you give the momentum to the other party and causes to latch on.
How do people on the ground, when you meet them during the election, see Rahul Gandhi? Is he seen still by anyone as a Pappu? Does the BJP's lampooning of him still work on the ground or not?
Rajdeep, you heard Pappu in 2019. In 2024, I have to say, and I think I told you that till I didn't hear Pappu at all. But it's not that. I think what you're missing in these numbers, and I think that's a big boost for Rahul Gandhi, and maybe Yashwant Deshmukh can come in, that percentage of his rise has come mostly from the youth. Because if you speak with them, you will still find
but it
anyone
hasn't.
over...
That's not factually correct.
I'm telling you what I
but the
feel,
data
right?
doesn't show that.
No, she's saying anecdotally.
In terms of anecdotal evidence, if you speak with them, anyone over the age group of 50-55 still will go for Prime Minister Modi. You will see that happening. When you speak to the youth of this country, when I spoke with them, most of them related to Rahul Gandhi because at least in their mind, and most of their mind, that Mohabbat ki dukaan is open. They don't want the polarizing agenda. They are very clear. They associate that with the Bharatiya Janata Party. The caste census is very big in places like Bihar and Uttar Pradesh with the youth. So his language, his communication is filtering better to the youth than to somebody
but that's
who's over
not what the
age of
data
50,
shows.
55.
Interestingly,
I will just elaborate that a bit because, on the face of it, it looks like because his counter branding of Pappu has been done as the young leader, youth leader of India. All right. Which shows to some extent among the opposition opposition voting base that, okay, larger chunk of that youth is for Rahul Gandhi. Okay. But when we look at the larger all India numbers, oddly enough, the numbers which have swung in favor of Rahul Gandhi are actually coming from the more mature section of the society. Now, that actually when we were doing this analysis, kind of we surprised as well that, okay, this is what conventional wisdom was telling us, that this number is changing because of the youth, not because of the 35 to 45, 45 to 55 and 55 plus age groups, but it's not like that. Reason could be, as Raj in the very first statement said, there is a significant anti-BJP, anti-Modi chunk in this country, all right? And that chunk was very disappointed with the performance of opposition in the last 10 years, particularly with the performance of Rahul Gandhi. See, who criticized Rahul Gandhi the most in the last? I mean, forget about the trolls and IT army and everything. But if you talk about the serious opposition supporters, they were disappointed that Rahul Gandhi was not serious enough. Talk to anybody.
Here's what's happened, basically.
Yeah. But once he got serious, they were the most excited one that, okay, now we need
but you see, let's not complicate it anyway. Congress, as per your poll, is getting 25%. Yeah. Rahul Gandhi is getting 22%. Please look at it. The Congress voter who may have been looking for options a couple of years ago, in your polls you'd occasionally find Sachin Pilot's name. I even seen 2019 there was talk, should Priyanka Gandhi Vadra enter and become the leader? All of that's gone.